Welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I have partnered with my good friends Shantell and Amanda to bring you 45 Christmas ornaments. Now this will be the last Christmas video of 2022 that I will be making, which makes me sad. But, you know, life goes on, I guess. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out the ladies. And with all that being said, let's get to crafting.
Okay, here's DIY number 1. So, this DIY, or I should say ornaments, I'm going to use my Waverly antique wax. These garden charms I got from Dollar Tree, some beads from Dollar Tree, these wood stickers from Dollar Tree, and then this buffalo check vinyl I got from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to start out by tracing those rounds onto the back of the vinyl and then cutting them out. Then I use my antique wax on the back and on the sides of those charms, and then I'm going to brush them all on to my beads and then I use a nap or paper towel to kind of wipe off the excess, and I do that until I have both sides done. Then I take my hot glue. I'm going to glue the beads all around my rounds, just like you see there. Make sure if you recreate these that you do hold those beads in place for a little bit, because with the wax, it does take a little bit for it to really set in. So once I have the rounds completed, I'm going to, I guess I'm finishing it off here. I'm going to take those vinyl pieces and I'm going to place them right on the front, just like you see. Then I'm going to take some of my, I poke a hole through the vinyl so that way I can hang it. Then I take some of my favorite, well, it's not really favorite, but it's one of the braided cord, jute cord that I get from Amazon. It is in my Amazon store. I do really like this. I do use it a lot. It just has a nicer finished look than the regular jute cord you get like at Dollar Tree or Walmart. So once I go all the way around the edge there, I'm going to trim it off, and then I'm going to put use some of that same to make a hanger. But first, I guess I'm going to make a bow. And I just make a shoestring bow, not a shoestring, I'm sorry, a finger bow. And make sure if you recreate this, you put the hanger on first, because I don't think I show you this, but I did try to, oh, I am. I'm going to put that on first, and then I'm going to put the hanger on, and it didn't work. So I had to take the bow off and replace it, because it was like, wait, when I do the hanger, it's going to go over the bow. So I had to replace or take it off and redo it. So anyways, I'm just using that same cord there, making a bow. I tie a knot and then I hot glue that knot to the back of my ornament. That way it doesn't move around and you don't necessarily see the knot. And then I'm just going to hot glue that bow right back in front of my wood round here. And sorry, guys, my allergies are bothering me. I just took my allergy pill. It hasn't kicked in yet. Then I took the tree here. I didn't want the glitter side. You could use the glitter side if you wanted, but I just took that little sticky dot and put it from the back to the front. And then I used my wax, my antique wax for the front of it now, and then hot glue that on. And then I just used a present and a snowflake from that sticker set, and I really love how these turned out. You'll have to let me know what you think about these in the just comment box below. Okay, like I said earlier, I have gotten together with my friend Shantell with Crafty Hints and Amanda with 6 Kids and a Glue Gun, and we are bringing you up to 45, if not more, Christmas ornaments, some new and some from the past. So I'll make sure when you're done watching my video, you check theirs videos out as well to get all kinds of inspirations for Christmas ornaments. Okay, here's ornament number 2. Oh, you guys, I love these two. I am going to use some of these wood rings. Now, I got these from Amazon, but you can get them from Dollar Tree. And then my Waverly Antique Wax. Boy, that bottle looks bad. And then some fluffy yarn and some more of those stickers. I'm going to use the snowflake ones. So I'm going to use my wax, and I'm just going to use a paper towel, and I'm going to wax my rings all the way around, front, back, sides. Just give it a nice covering. And then I just wipe off the excess with my paper towel, the clean part of my paper towel. Once those were all done, I did the same thing with those snowflakes. Oh my goodness, what a morning. This is going to be a fun voiceover, you guys. Okay, then I wipe off the excess. After that, I took a little bit of hot glue and I start wrapping my yarn. This is super easy, and I love the way these came out. I might have to make more for next year. Anyways, I'm just going to wrap halfway. I'm not going to wrap the whole ring, just going to do half of it. So I just keep wrapping until I get to the other end, and then I trim it and hot glue that end to the wood round, and that's it for that one. And then I do that on all three. And then I'm going to take that little star, and I'm going to hot glue it right to the front there. And then I'm going to use some twine as a hanger. And I didn't really measure the size, how long they were. I just kind of cut them. I probably should have measured them so that they're all uniform. But if you make these, you might want to do that. So then I'm going to do the same thing where I just hot glue that knot in the back. Excuse me, guys. And then I decided I didn't want it to be that long. So I tied a knot, just like you see there with my loop. And then I put some puff paint on this one, and I decided it wasn't the look I was going for. It made it look a little more like a gingerbread, which is great if you have a gingerbread tree, which I do, but I don't think I'm going to do it next year. So I kept the other ones blank, and there they are. And oh my goodness, you guys, I love them. Oh yeah, I made some bows and put them at the top too, as you can see, with some twine. I absolutely adore these. Oh, you have to let me know what you think about these ones as well. Okay, here's a blast from the past. This is from last year. I'm going to only show you one of these, so if you want to check out the video, I'll have a link to it in my description box so you can see how I made the other two. But I took that wood round. I don't remember where I got it from. My Waverly Antique Wax, my Waverly chalk paint in the color black, and a decal I created, or I got off a Cricut. So I'm starting with some painter's tape, and I just measured the halfway point and used my painter's tape there, and then I am doing one half of it with my antique wax, and I just go in and brush it all in and then wipe off the excess with my paper towel. Then once it was dry, I moved my painter's tape and I painted the bottom part, which is really the top part, with my ink color by Waverly. After they were dry, I took my decal and I just put this on. Now I was just wanting to do, like you'd see the wood rounds. I see a lot of wood rounds that look similar to this, and I wanted to do that but as an ornament. And these are kind of bigger ornaments because I have a really big tree. If you haven't seen my home tour, you can check that out as well. It's in my Reason for This Season video, I believe. Anyways, so I just punched a hole there, and then I'm using some twine to make a hanger, and then I made a bow off site. Well, I probably made it on, I just cut it out because this video is going to be really long, and I just wanted to put the essentials on here. But I added some greenery, and then I added this bow, and that's all there was for this one, I believe. And I guess I added a pine cone. Maybe I added a few more things. But I love the way this turned out. I do have these on my tree this year, and I just think they are all beautiful. I absolutely love them. That one I think was with a napkin and a metal joy sign. I think I got that from Hobby Lobby. And then this one was with a window cling. But oh, I love the way these turned out. You have to let me know what you think about these, and make sure you check that video out if you're interested. I'll have a link to it in my description box so you can see how I made them all together. Okay, DIY number 4, or should I say ornament number 4. Okay, you guys, you know I had to have cardinals, right? So I bought these last year, and I've had them in my stash. I couldn't find them. I finally found them. I got them from Amazon. I got that material from Walmart and then my antique wax. So I'm going to do the same thing with these hoops. I'm just going to use my wax and use a paper towel to brush it all on and wipe off the excess. Now I also added some wax to the metal part and to the screw because I wanted it to have I didn't want it to be so shiny. I wanted it to have a more muted look. So I did this to the front of the hoops and the back of the hoops. And then once they're dry, I cut out the pieces of material that I wanted to use, and I am just adding my top piece over. As you can see, I put the fabric over the bottom piece, put the top piece over it, and then I tightened it. And I made sure to pull the edges so it was taut. And then I trimmed it all off in the back. After that, I am just using some jute string here, or twine, whatever you want to call it, to make a loop or a hoop. No, a hanger. But I decided, you know what, I want to add some beads. So I just tied that knot, and then I added, I think, 4 or 5 beads. And then here I was like, okay, now how do I finish this off to make a hanger? So I ended up I tied some knots there so they didn't fall off, but I ended up doing a loop, and then I took the leg of that twine and wrapped it around, and then pushed the end through the wrapped part, if that makes sense, and made a knot. And then I did the other two a little bit different. I added some pine cones to one of them, and a burlap, or not burlap, a buffalo check ribbon or bow. This one I'm adding some greenery and pine cone, and as you can see, I also did a twine bow where I wrapped it around my hands to make a bow, and then added that to the top. And then this one, I don't think I added a twine bow, buffalo check hanger, and some greenery, but there they are. I love them. And again, I'm really thinking next year I'm going to do my family room tree in cardinals. So this is a good start for that tree for next year. Okay, I'd like to invite you to follow me on social media. You can find the links to my accounts in my description box below, as well as the link to my Buy Me a Coffee account. Okay, here's DIY ornament number 5. These, you guys, I got this inspiration from some ornaments I got last year from Hobby Lobby. So I'm using my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. I created some decals with my Cricut, and then these little ornaments that came from Dollar Tree. Now they're really cute as they were, but I wanted to make them different. So I'm just using my heat gun here and my Cricut spatula to get all that paper off. And once I got that off, I just used my Goo Gone to remove all the gluey residue that was left on there. And these are tin, although they feel kind of plasticky, but they were getting hot when I was using my heat gun, so they do have metal in them. But anyway, so I painted them red, or with my crimson, and then I created this decal right here. You might think it's funny, but it says Merry Christ the Lord, and I made that because when I was growing up, we had a cockatoo, and my dad tried to teach it to say Merry Christmas, and he tried to teach it to say Praise the Lord, and he would always say Merry Christ the Lord. So a lot of times when I say Merry Christmas, or I think of Merry Christmas, I automatically hear that in my voice, Merry Christ the Lord. So I wanted to put that on my ornament just because it's a fun family memory. And then I created this one that says Joy to the World. And then the last one, the one with the trees and the Merry Christmas, that I just got off of Cricut Design Space. So I am just adding them to my bottle caps. And if you wanted to make this double-sided, you could do something on the inside too, as very easily, so that if it turned or whatever, or if someone looked at the back, it would have something too. Then I just added the stuff that came off of it back on, but I added a little more details to it. So this one I added a bow, and I put this one on the bottom, added that pine cone that came off of it. The other ones I added them on the top. And then I added some beads on this one for the hanger, and I did, I don't know how many, maybe 10, 8, something like that. And then I'm just going to make a hanger with the beads. And I don't remember what I did on the other ones, but I did just a few different little things to just kind of make them unique. You could make them all the same if you wanted, but I like to make things a little bit different. So this one, yeah, I put on the top, and then I made a finger bow with my twine. I'm going to add that, and I think, I don't remember if it was this one or it was the one I just did. I also added a bead by my bow. You'll see that here in a minute. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so here is, I made a buffalo check bow. This one I did the ribbons and I mean the beads and then the bow on the bottom. And then this one I made a twine bow and hanger. So there they are. Okay, blast from the past number 2. These are ornaments number 6. So I used these palettes from Dollar Tree, which I covered with antique wax, some window clings, and then that Merry Christmas sign. So I'm going to take these little window clings and I'm going to do what I always do, and I'm just going to trim off the excess vinyl. I do this, you guys, because I really feel that it gives it a more high-end look when you don't see all that all that plastic going around it. And then I'm just going to use my glue stick to adhere them to that crate or palette. Now, I don't know if it was the glue stick or if it was the I think it's more the plastic. These, we store our ornaments, our Christmas stuff up in the attic, and it gets really hot up there in the summertime. And so when I got the ornaments out this year, the plastic's kind of rolling up and it feels a little brittle. So I think I don't necessarily think it was the glue. I think it's the plastic itself, because I did have another thing with the window clings and it did the same thing and it didn't have glue on it. So just a FYI, depending on where you store these, that might happen. So then I had those all placed and I'm just going to hot glue this Merry Christmas in on the top here where I wanted, and then I made a bow with this ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to attach that as well as some greenery. Of course, see guys, I'm always talking about that table scatter I got from Walmart. And you see, I told you I use it all the time, and this was me using it last year. Then I added a berry or two, I don't remember. And then there it is, added a hanger. And here's a look at all 3. I will have a link to this video as well. I love them all. I loved this one. That one I think was my favorite out of all of them. This one was from a napkin, and I think I got the napkin actually at Hobby Lobby. But I love that one too. And then this one, of course. And I just love them. They're hanging on my tree as well. Okay, ornament number 7. We're almost halfway done, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 of these ornaments from Dollar Tree. And yes, they're very cute that way. And I almost hated taking them apart, but I had a different idea in mind. I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color crimson. And then I got this wall tile piece at Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance. It's from their dollhouse section. Make sure you check out that section because you can get some good things. So I started off by removing the greenery, and then I realized that the fabric just came right off. And so I just removed all the greenery pieces from that fabric. Unfortunately, I did throw it away. And then I traced out all 3 of these ornament pieces with that wall tile, I guess you can call it. And then I'm going to cut them all out. And then after that, I am going to use my Fix-All glue that I get from Dollar Tree and some hot glue. And I'm going to attach them to the front of my ornaments. And then I'm going to add, or I'm going to use my little weeding tool there and embossing tool to push in the holes. After that, sorry, I had to take a drink of water. I'm using my crimson color to paint over the tiles. And then I got this, I have this, oh my goodness, do you see how that almost tipped out? That gold metallic paint, I got that from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just using this sponge brush to lightly go over the top areas. Oh, you guys, I love the way these came out. And my husband, I thought for sure he'd love these because he loves gold. And he's like, oh, they're okay. I'm like, really? I don't know. I love the way this looks. But anyways, I took some of this. It's some like Christmas cording. It's kind of glittery and gold. I got this, I believe, from Hobby Lobby a few years ago, and I made hangers with it. And then I am just hot gluing the greenery that came off of it. I'm just going to use that and hot glue it on the front. I did on some of them add a few more extra pieces, but then I'm just going to hot glue them right on the front and the middle. And that's all there was for these. Oh, I made a bow with that same cord, and I love the way these came out. You have to let me know what you think. Do you love them, or are they just okay, like my husband said? Sorry if you heard me drinking my water. Okay, it's a time for a celebration of your recreations. And Jane has been so busy. Look at these adorable little items that she has made. They are so cute. Thank you so much, Jane. And then we have this adorable gingerbread man square that Teresa recreated. I love it. You did an amazing job. And then Karen, oh my goodness, these are so pretty. I really love them. I love your nativity, your cutting board, the joy sign. Oh, perfect. Thank you, ladies. I really appreciate it. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Facebook Messenger or Instagram, and I'd be happy to showcase them for you. So let's get on to ornaments number 8. Sorry, guys. All this talking, I'm not used to it. Okay, I'm going to use 3 of these gift tags. I got these from Hobby Lobby last year. I think there's 12 of them on there. And then I'm going to use my Chalk Couture transfer, and it is called Tiered Tray Christmas. You didn't think I was going to do an ornament video without Chalk Couture, did you? And my Chalk Couture paste with candy apple, pesto, and bright white. And I don't know if you can see there, my little snowman candle is there. I had it lit. I was enjoying it. And yes, I don't think I put enough smelly stuff in it because I couldn't smell anything. Anyways, okay, so I fuzzed my stencils, my transfers here. If you are not familiar with Chalk Couture, it is adhesive on the back. And so we fuzz it so it's not so sticky that it pulls up paint or it stretches your transfer when you're pulling it up. So after I had them placed where I wanted them, which I should have moved over to the left a little bit more, I used my mixing tool here, sorry, multi-tool, and I'm just adding my white chalk paste, and then I'm going to add the words to that in the middle. And I do have a pan of water next to me that I'm placing them into because I didn't want to have to get up every single time to wash them. And then, yeah, see, I got some chalk on the sides, but I was able to wipe most of it off. Then I had, I'm using the little details that was on this piece here that came off that same transfer to put little like snowflake things on the sides. Then I took my candy apple and I'm going to do Merry Christmas. And then I found a snowflake from another set of transfers that I had that I put on the bottom. And then I'm going to do the other one that says Farm Fresh Christmas Trees using pesto. If you've never tried Chalk Couture before, and if it looks interesting to you, or if you have questions about it, you can always ask me questions in the comments, or email me questions, or check out my Chalk Couture page. I am a designer. I have a link to that in my description box at all times, so you can always check that out as well. But I love it. It is so fun, and it always makes things look so high end. And yeah, I need to show it more often because I really love using this stuff. Anyway, so here they are. I got them all done. Oh, this is where I decided to add the snowflake on there. So I'm just adding my snowflake. And then it's just all about embellishing. And I just kind of doing the same thing. This one I added some, I think I did this with all of them. I think I added beads on all of them. I have all these buffalo check beads that I hardly ever use. So this one I'm using the green because it had green trees. Even though they're different color greens, I thought it still worked. And I'm just tying a knot on the end there that went through the hole. I added my beads. And then I'm going to do like I did on the first one where I make a loop, wrap the end around the loop, and then string it through and tie a knot. And then I added different greenery pieces on different ones. This one I'm adding some like fir branches, and then I have a twine bow that I'm going to add. And I think I might have added some berries on this. I don't remember. But I love the way these came out to you guys. I think they are so sweet, and they were so easy. And yeah, I had green and buffalo check beads on this one, and then red with the white, and then white with the red, and there they are. Yep, let me know what you think. Boy, I must have been really feeling rustic, huh? Okay, ornament number 9. This is another blast from the past. I will have a link to these as well, to this one as well. So I'm going to use one of those sleds from Dollar Tree, that window cling, and my antique wax. So I covered this sled with my antique wax. I actually covered all my sleds with my antique wax. Look how clean that bottle is. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'm going to brush it on, and then I'm going to use a paper towel to wipe off the excess. And I do the front and the back. So it did take me a little while to get it fully covered, but I get it all done. And then once I have it all done, I'm going to very quickly and easily take this joy, and I think I might have trimmed it already, and I just used my glue stick here and I added on, and you guys, it's still sticking. So the glue sticks really does work. I know some people have questioned if it works, but I haven't had anything fall off with it yet. So after I have that on there, I am going to use some greenery, and I'm going to hot glue it to the top there. And I think I use some red stuff to put on top as well. No, I do a little bow. This is one of those bows from Hobby Lobby that you get in the little Christmas tree aisle. And then I'm going to add this little red piece here. And then I'm going to add the jute string right back for the hanger that came off of it. And maybe I add a couple of these things. I don't know what these things are called, but they're kind of funky. They're great to add to things, but they kind of look funny by themselves. Anyways, so here I'm just threading that hanger back on. And that's all there was for this one. And you'll see coming up all three that I did on that video. And again, if you want to see the whole video, I'll have the link in the description box. And there it is. I really love the way these are, or the way they turned out. And these are on my Christmas tree this year as well. Okay, here we go to ornaments number 10. 5 more to go, guys. And these are some beaded ornaments. So I just took some ornaments, or some beads. I laid them out larger to smaller. And I took this ribbon. I think the ribbons I cut down to 12 inches. I tied a jingle bell on the bottom. I got this idea from Pinterest, by the way. And I'm just going to trim off that little excess. And then I'm just going to start threading the ribbon through those beads. So some of the smaller ones were a little hard, but it of course got easier as it got bigger. But I just thread them through just like I had them laying there. And this is super easy. You could do this with kids. You could paint those if you wanted to. You could put antique wax. I just wanted the natural color. These are one of the last ones I made, and I was really getting tired, you guys, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to leave these natural, but I like them natural too. So then I just took the top of my ribbon here and folded it in half, and I'm going to add the hot glue there to keep it folded so you have a hanger, and trim off that excess. And then I am going to create a bow and hot glue it to the top. And then I believe I added some, oh yeah, I added another twine bow to that as well. And I think I added some greenery too. And I would have added red buffalo check, but I did one in red buffalo check and realized I had no more red buffalo check that size. So I'm hoping Dollar Tree gets some more in soon because I haven't seen it there for a while and I need more. Might have to check out Hobby Lobby for it. Anyways, I'm just going through my table scatter here, and I think these little berries came from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to add a few of the little berries. And that's all there was for that one. And I just think they're very simple, but yet very cute. That one I added some of the pine cones and berries. And there they are. You have to let me know what you think. But like I said, these are super easy. You could even do these with kids. Okay, ornaments number 11. Oh my goodness. Okay, so these are curlers. And I'm going to use this ribbon from Walmart, and then the fluffy yarn from Walmart. So I had in mind that I wanted to make, you know, the candy cane wreaths where they add the ribbon and then the fluffy yarn. I thought, oh, it might be fun to try and do little candy canes like that with these curlers. Well, they didn't turn out like I was hoping or like I had in mind. So I don't know. I think they're okay. These are the ones I thought they were just okay, and my husband loved them. So we have very different tastes, as you can see. So anyways, I'm just going to hot glue some of this ribbon. I cut it down to fit around these curlers, and I'm hot gluing them to one side, and I'm hot gluing the sides to the curler. And then I'm going to take that other piece of ribbon and go over the back side of it so that you don't see any of that ugly blue. And after I get that all done, then I'm gonna start wrapping it with some of that yarn. If you guys are still here with me after 30 minutes, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. You guys are troopers. If you are still here, leave me a Christmas tree emoji. If you don't have a Christmas tree emoji, just say Christmas tree. And that way I know how many of you actually stuck around for such a long project. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for being here this long as well. If you enjoy home decor on a budget, holiday decor, thrift flips, and gift ideas, then I invite you to hit that red subscribe button, become part of our YouTube family. And then let me know in the comment box that you're new here, and hit that notification bell and set it to all. That way you're notified whenever I upload a video. My normal upload times are Mondays at 5 p.m. Central, but I do like to participate in different challenges and playlists throughout the week. Although that may change, guys. I'm really strongly thinking about not participating in so many challenges and just having maybe 2 videos a week instead. Let me know what you think about that, if you'd be interested in just seeing my own videos. I'm just kind of thinking I kind of want to do things a little different this coming year. So that's something that I am thinking over, and I'm really going to try and do a lot more lives next year where I can just chat with you guys and get to know you, and you can get to know me better too. Let me know what you think. Okay, so as you can see, I'm wrapping now. Maybe I should have made them smaller and not wrapped so much, because it really does look very fuzzy. But here I wrapped them and then I decided after that to add the yarn on the sides. And the second one, I did the yarn on the side first and then wrapped, and I think that looked better. So if you like these and want to recreate them, then I would recommend doing the yarn on the sides first, and then I'd recommend wrapping, but maybe only wrapping 2 times or 3 times, probably 3 times, and then maybe making a little bit bigger. So I added that yarn there as a hanger, but then I thought, okay, I want to hot glue these together. I should have hot glued them a little closer in, or up on top a little bit more, I think. But I thought, okay, I'm going to add some greenery and a couple of berries. And yeah, I don't know, you guys, the verdict is still out for me on this one. It wasn't what I was imagining in my mind. So on the next candy canes, I did something different because it just wasn't hitting my, I guess, rustic vibe. But anyways, I cut off that hanger, and then I made it so that it hung from both candy canes, so it wasn't lopsided. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to just wrap some twine instead. And so I hot glue the twine all around that white part. And then I just start wrapping, and I wrap it all the way around my curler. And then I just hot glue it on the very ends to try and cover everything so you don't see the blue or the white. And with the third one, I did the same thing, but I used some twine that's red and tan that I got last year from Hobby Lobby, or it might have been the year before. And I ran out. I didn't have enough to really cover it, because you can kind of see a little bit of blue on the end. And Hobby Lobby didn't have any more. They only had white, and I knew it wasn't going to match. So yeah, I tried to cover it up with greenery and stuff. But anyways, with this one, I added some twine for a hanger, and then I'm just going to add some greenery and some of those cute little white berries or snowballs or whatever you want to call them. I think they're berries. And then I'm going to add a little buffalo check bow, and that's all there was. And then you can see the candy cane, or the red and tan striped one on the bottom there as well. So yeah, let me know what you think. Not my favorite. I do like the twine ones much better though. You have to let me know what you think about these as well. Again, they're pretty easy. At least the twine ones were, because you're just wrapping. Okay, blast from the past again. Number 12 is from last year as well. I'm going to use this metal star from Dollar Tree, some paper that came from this paper pack from Hobby Lobby, and some pearls from Dollar Tree, or fake pearls. And I'm going to start out by tracing out this star and cutting out that paper so that it fits right inside. And I don't even think I glued it. I think it fits so good I didn't have to do anything to it. I just stuck it right in. And then after that, I'm going to hot glue I think it was like 3 beads in each corner of the star. And this was not really easy. And then I took this poinsettia and I hot glued it to the top. Then I took some of that gold braided cord from Hobby Lobby and made a bow and hot glued it to the top. And then I decided to outline the star with this gold twine. Now, you know, we all know hot glue and metal doesn't work very well, but it's actually staying on. I was quite surprised that it stayed on. So I don't know. Who knows? Sometimes it works good and fine, and sometimes it doesn't. So after I went all the way around, I took one of these gold bottle brush trees from Dollar Tree and just hot glued it right there. And that's all there was for this one. Really cute, really vintagey. I really love it. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. And I'll have a link to the video for this. This had vintage Christmas decor, and if you'd like to see it, I'll have a link for it. A link to it so you can watch it. Okay, here's number 13. Now these I used my X tool. I did this earlier this year when I got this X tool. And I just stuck these little wood planks in there. I picked out my decals that I wanted, and I am just shrinking them down to size. And I had them off centered a little bit because I was trying to get them down so that I could have enough room for the hole, because I knew I was going to have to make a hole for a hanger, and got them off centered a little bit, which was okay. We fixed it. It looks fine. But this is just me getting them all sized, and then I pushed my little buttons and it etched it for me, or burnt it. I don't know how you would call it, but it just burned those images right onto my wood pieces. Then I wanted some color. The jingle bells I left the same, but this one I went in with my Sharpies and I just colored it all in. And if you don't have an X tool, which I know they're very expensive, you can get what do they call them? Scorching pins, torch pins, something like that off of Amazon that you could use, or they also have torch paste. So if you have stencils, you can use that. In fact, I have bought some. I want to try and use it one of these days to show you guys how it works. But I just added some hangers and some bows and some greenery, and there you go. But that's just kind of an idea of things that you can do with those wood rounds. You can paint them, you can use stencils, you can use stamps, you can use stickers. You can do a lot of things to make those things very cute ornaments. Okay, blast from the past. Number 14 is a hoop ornament. I took this, I don't remember what size, if it's a 6 or 8, 10 inch, something. That image I got from Google. And then this iron on paper I got from Hippo. It's a transfer paper. And then some fabric from, I think, Walmart. I'm just going to cut out the fabric here and place it inside of my hoop. And I'm using, I'm just cutting that paper away from my snowflake. Then I took my heat press and I'm just ironing and warming up my material there. And then I'm going to remove the backing from my snowflake. And I'm going to add it to the front of my material. And after I do that, I'm going to use my heat press to, some protective sheet there first, and then my heat press to attach that snowflake to the material. And then once it was all done, I remove my heat press, and there it is. And then I just place it over the bottom hoop, and then putting the top hoop over it. I did not paint it or anything. I left it the natural color. And I'm just going to tighten that hoop, and then I will trim off that excess material that is in the back. And I can't remember, this was a year ago. So I took some of my black buffalo check ribbon, and I'm just threading it through and tying a knot and making a hanger. And it's super easy. And then I'm going to add some greenery and some, these little pine cones were ornaments from Walmart. And I'm just going to pull off the top piece. That's a hook there. And I'm just going to pull them. They come right out, and then hot glue those in place. And I don't remember what else I add. But yeah, this one I will have a link as well. I will have a link to all my videos from the past that have ornaments, in case you want to watch the whole videos. But there it is. I love it, and it's on my tree, and it is kind of big, but that's because I have a big tree. So you can make it any size if you wanted to recreate this. Okay, and here, finally, ornaments number 15. So I'm going to use my glitter. I got this cool glitter pack from Hobby Lobby. And then I got, well, I'm going to use some decals I created with my Cricut. I'm going to use this polyacrylic from Walmart. And then all of these, except for the round ones came from, I think Hobby Lobby. But these are more flat, came from Dollar Tree. They were like, or not Dollar Tree, Walmart. They were like 98 cents, 97 cents, better than price than Dollar Tree. So I took my polyacrylic and I added it into my balls here, and I'm just going to roll it until the whole inside is covered, and then you put them upside down in the cups and let them drip for a couple of minutes so there's no excess. After that, you take your glitter, you pour it on the inside, and you just move it all around, and you just keep adding glitter until it is completely full. Then you can just dump out any excess glitter when it is all done, which will happen here in just a moment. But you guys, these are so easy, and I absolutely love the way they came out. They are beautiful. So I'm just shaking it around there. You can see, you can do that too. So then I'm going to add, these were for my nephews and niece and my sister, and my sister and her family. And my niece and my nephew's middle names are all animals. And so I put their names on the front. And then I had created animals to represent their middle names, and I put them on the reverse side of the ornaments. And you guys, I adore these. I can't wait to hear what they think about them, because I think they're going to like them. But these are things that they can keep for all their life, you know, as long as they're plastic, so they shouldn't break. I mean, they might, but they can keep them forever, and they're just special and sentimental, and I love them. That's what I love. But anyways, I just added some different ribbons and stuff to match. And that's all there was for these. And you guys, here is a look at all of the ornaments today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And again, make sure you like, comment, give me that emoji Christmas tree if you're still here, and subscribe if you haven't already. And with all that being said, make sure you check out Amanda and Shantell. I will be back, I believe, on Monday with another video. So with all that, you guys have a blessed weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.